We tend to associate creatine with a very specific image: shaker bottles, heavy weights, and the pursuit of raw size. But look past the fitness marketing, and you'll find a compound operating at the extreme limits of human endurance. It is the exact same mechanism keeping a trauma team locked in through hour 18 of a grueling overnight shift, or sustaining a military operator navigating a complex, high-stress environment on zero sleep. It is even the exact same biology helping an aging adult push back against physical decline and frailty. Despite having completely different physical goals and stress profiles, every one of these individuals is relying on the exact same cellular compound to survive their environment. To understand why, we have to look at the body's universal energy currency, ATP. Every time you lift a weight, make a split-second decision, or even blink, your cells are burning ATP, and it burns incredibly fast. The human body only stores enough ATP locally for about 3 seconds of peak output. Once that initial charge is gone, the battery is empty. When that happens, the physiological consequences are immediate. Muscles refuse to contract, brain fog sets in, reaction times slow to a crawl. We like to think that human performance is limited by willpower or pain tolerance, but the reality is strictly mechanical. We are limited by a strict biological bottleneck of immediate energy availability. But the human body possesses a hidden backup reserve designed specifically to bypass this energy bottleneck. When ATP releases energy, it becomes a useless byproduct called ADP. Enter phosphocreatine. It hunts down ADP and sacrifices its phosphate, instantly snapping it back into fully charged ATP. But through a standard diet, we only fill our body's phosphocreatine tanks to 50%. The entire biological premise of creatine supplementation is simply topping off that tank. By saturating your cells with the compound, you transform a limited recharge rate into a maximized continuous energy loop. When that phosphocreatine tank is completely full, the physical effects are highly specific. Because this system is built for rapid energy replenishment, the benefits are strictly isolated to short, explosive movements, like lifting heavy weights. If you try to apply that same explosive energy reserve to a steady-state aerobic activity, like a long-distance run or a heavy ruck march, the data shows zero measurable benefit. The biological pathways required for long-duration stamina simply do not rely on the phosphocreatine loop. Yet, because its benefits are so pronounced in the weight room, creatine has spent decades tangled in fitness industry myths. Decades of clean clinical data have consistently debunked those fears. In healthy individuals, it does not cause kidney damage. It does not dehydrate you. And the singular, decades-old study linking it to hair loss has never been reliably replicated. From the neck down, creatine is safe and highly effective, provided you're asking your body to perform tasks that actually trigger the rapid recharge system. But muscles aren't the only tissues running on ATP. The human brain is a massive energy hog, leaning heavily on the exact same chemical system to function. To test how the brain uses this compound, researchers designed clinical trials that subjected humans to severe metabolic stress, keeping them awake for a full 24 hours. This chart maps a normal brain under sleep deprivation. Without that reserve, the prefrontal cortex fails, dragging down reaction time and memory. But the second line represents subjects who fully loaded their creatine. Despite zero sleep, their cognitive metrics, decision-making, balance, and mood stayed starkly elevated. Blood tests confirmed both groups experienced the exact same spike in stress hormones. Creatine did not alter their chemical stress response, nor did it replace the biological need for sleep. It simply provided raw, accessible energy to a starving neural network. Under severe stress, creatine acts as a critical neuroprotectant, preventing a total cognitive collapse when the brain is pushed past its natural limits. We need to strip away the lingering reputation of creatine as a bodybuilder's magic pill. It is a targeted method to artificially maximize a baseline cellular defense mechanism, one that every human already possesses, but naturally underutilizes. The protocol validated by the data is simple: a standard, uncycled 3 to 5 gram daily dose of basic creatine monohydrate is enough to fully saturate your cells. Maintaining that saturation acts as a long-term insurance policy. It protects against age-related muscle loss, known as sarcopenia, and it builds a biological buffer against the cognitive decline of a sleepless night. The data demands we stop viewing this compound as an optional fitness accessory. It is a foundational energy requirement for the human machine.